What's up, everybody? DJ Numismatics back again with another nickel box hunt and hopefully album fill. As you can see, I've got a box of circulated nickels. They've definitely been circulated and some of them look pretty horrible, but hopefully we get something to fill the album. So I think what we'll do is pull one of these out, crack into it, and I'll bring you in on all my finds. Hopefully I'll see you soon. First roll, we're gonna already have our first find, and that is a 1946 out of Philly, 1 year off silver. Roll number 4, and we've got an old one, and that is a 1939. Can it be a key date? No. Out of Philly. I'll throw it under the scope and see if we got the double Monticello, and I'll bring you in if we do. We're on roll number 5, and we got a 1951 out of Philadelphia. And while you're here, I see another one. We've got a 1947 out of Philadelphia as well. Same roll, a few coins later, and got a 1959 out of Denver. Roll number 6, and got another 50s find. That is a 1952 out of San Francisco. First San Francisco of the box. Same roll, and we got a 1956 out of Denver. Roll number 8, and we've got another 50s nickel, and that is a 1957 in pretty nice shape too, out of Denver. Same roll, and we've got a 1940 out of Denver. Well, I just can't get out of this roll. A couple coins later, we got a pretty good looking 1958 out of Denver. I just cracked roll number 9. It was rear facing and didn't see it, but we had an ender. That's a 1959 out of Denver. Same roll, we got a mark coin obviously behind this one, but we got a 1948 out of Denver. Same roll, another find. That's a 1954 out of Denver. Roll 10, and we've got another 1940, this time out of Philadelphia. Roll 11, and we've got another 40s nickel, and that's a 1946 out of Denver. Roll number 13, and we've got a 1947 out of Denver. Roll 14, and we've got a 1949 S. And if I remember right, that would be a semi-key date with only 9.7 million minted. So we've got a key date found. Roll 15, and we've got another 40s nickel. That's a 1947 out of Philly. Roll number 16, and we're going to have our first foreign of the box, and that is a 1984 out of Canada. I'm on roll 17. I just got it laid out, and if you look right back here, that is looking silver. And we've got a 1942. It's a good sign. Let's flip it. Out of San Francisco. We got silver in the box. I will check my album. I can't remember if the San Francisco is the one I needed. I'll be right back. Well, it's not going to fill a slot, but we do have silver in the box. Let me finish up this roll. Same roll, we're going to have another 40s nickel. That's a 1940 out of Philadelphia. Same roll, one coin from the end, and we got a 1956, pretty rough shape, out of Denver. We're on roll 20, and we got another 50s nickel. And that is a 53 minted in Philly. We're on roll 22, and got another find. That's a 52 out of Philadelphia. Same roll, and we got a 1954 out of Denver. One coin later, we got a 1948 out of Philly. Still in that roll. We got a 57 out of Denver. Roll 23. We've got a coin that looks a little nauseous. Green, that is, and that's a 1948 out of Denver. Very next roll, roll 24, and we've got a 1958 out of Denver. Same roll, and we've got another 1940 out of Denver. Same roll, and we had an ender, and that's a 1953 out of Philly. Alright, we're on roll 27, and we've got a 1957 out of Denver. A few coins later, and we've got a 1 year off silver, 1946 out of Philly. And same roll, we got another 1957 out of Denver. One coin from the end. And we've got a 1941 out of Philly. I just cracked open roll 28, and if you look here, those two back to back sure look silver. Let's see what we get. I see a mint mark. Let's see what we got here. That's a 1943 out of Denver. Second silver of the box. While you're here, let's just pull this one out. And that's just a dirty one. Alright, let me finish up with this roll. I just looked at that one a little closer, and it's actually a 1945 out of Denver, which, if I remember correctly, that is definitely going to fill a slot in the album. Roll 29. This box is really starting to pay off. And a 1952 out of Denver. Roll. And we've got a 1958 out of Denver. Roll 31. And we got another 1956 out of Philly. Same roll. We've got another 1957 out of Denver. Roll 32. And we got a 1954 out of Philly. Roll 33. $19.56 out of Denver. Roll 34. We got another 1957 out of Denver. Roll 35. And this box just don't want to stop. And that is a 1953 out of Denver. Same roll, and this must be the box of 57s because we got another 1957 out of Philly. Roll 36, and we had another ender, and that is a 1954 out of Philly. Same roll, and we've got a 1958 out of Denver. Same roll, we got another 1954. This time out of San Francisco. I'll check that one off camera for the S over D. And if it's there, I'll bring it back. Well, I'm kind of up on the fences on this 54S. Because if you look right here, that is what they show. Only a little more predominant. I actually had to clean this thing up with some MS-70 to get a good look at it. It also has that same double looking thing on there. And then this also, let me zoom out real quick, displays over here. This here is one of the die markers. I don't know yet. Maybe one of you guys can comment down below and let me know. Alright, let me get back to that. Same roll, and we got a 1959 out of Denver. Roll 37. And we've got a 1953 out of Philly. Roll 38. And we've got a 1941 out of Denver. Roll 39. And we've got a 1946 out of Denver. And while you're here, this one looks old too. And that's a Denver minted 1954. This is a box that never ends. Same roll, and we're going to have another 40s nickel. And that is a 1948 out of Denver. We're on roll 40, and this is probably the best box nickels I've had in a long time, as we just came across a 1956 out of Denver. Roll 42, and we got yet another find. That's a 1941 out of Philly. And we had another ender, and that's a 1953 out of, I do believe that's an S, San Francisco. Roll 43, and we got yet another find, and that's another 1946 out of Denver. Roll 44, and got another 1959 out of Denver. But with all these older finds, I sure hope I come across a buffalo before the end. Roll 45, and we got another 1941 out of Philly. Roll 46, and we got another 1957, this time out of Philly. Same roll, and we got another 46, and this time that's an S mint mark. If this thing wasn't so heavily circulated, I could check it for the FS 101 DDO, but as you can see, it's been heavily circulated, so we'll move on to the next coin. Same roll, and another 1957 out of Denver. Same roll, and we got another find, and that's a 1958 out of Denver. Roll 48, and we got another find, and that's another. This one's fairly beat up, but it's a 1954 out of Philadelphia. Roll 49, and we've got another 1939 out of Philly. I'll check that off camera, and if we got the double die, I'll bring you back in. Same roll, and we got another 1954, this time out of Denver. Well, we're on roll 50, and if there's 51 rolls, that'd be fitting. But we got a 1951 out of Philly. A couple coins later, we got a 57 out of Denver. Should have just kept it here because the very next coin was another 51 out of Philly. One coin later, it's crusty, but it's a 57 from Denver. Well, that was the most older nickels I found in a hunt in a very long time. We came up with 239s. Only one Canadian, which is nice. I got 24 from the 40s, including that 49S semi-key date, 42S, and 45D. That's going to fill up the album. From the 50s, I ended up getting 45 of them, or 44, sorry, including that 54S that might be an S over D. And then I got a handful of 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s to check against the album. Let me go ahead and pull out my albums, and we'll see what we can upgrade, and definitely fill one slot. It's kind of weird not coming across a Buffalo with all those older nickels in there, but I got 2 silvers. I'll take that any day. I'll be back. I've gone through the first book, and as you can see, we got quite a few upgrades. The 95D is going to be an upgrade. The 93P is an upgrade. Both 88s will be upgraded. The 89P is an upgrade. The 90D is an upgrade. The 81D will be upgraded. The 80P, the 78, and 77 is going to upgrade. The 74 is an upgrade for sure. The 78D is a slight upgrade. A lot of these are just slight, but just enough to upgrade. The 69D is a definite upgrade, and the 67. Let me pop these in, and we'll move on to the next book. Well, in the second album, I thought maybe we'd have more with all the older finds I had, but we only came across a 61P that's going to upgrade, a 56, the 42S War Nickel is a slight upgrade, and we're going to be able to add a 45D to the album. Not a bad hunt overall. Quite a few older finds. Wishing we could have filled a couple extra more slots, but I'll go for one. Not to mention finding 2 silvers is always a good hunt. So until next time, I'll pop these in the album, and hopefully I can find another box this week, and we can fill 1 or 2 of the 7 slots left remaining. And as always, I will post a link up above here for my eBay page. I do post a lot of my finds on there, and down below also. And then I'll also put a couple of the sites that I looked up, some of the varieties on these hunts. I thank you all for watching, and I appreciate all your subscriptions and comments and likes. So until next time, stay warm, stay safe, and happy hunting.
Here we go.